Have you been dreaming about working from home, but you're not sure which path to take? Now, you've been hearing about this medical billing thing, and you're wondering if this can really fit your lifestyle and your goals. In this video, I'll walk you through the benefits of running a medical billing business, the skills and tools you'll need to succeed, and most importantly, how to know if a medical billing business is a match for your work at home goals. At the end of this video, you should be able to answer this question with confidence. My name is Tamika. I'm a certified professional biller, and I help women start a medical billing business with confidence, even if they work full time. I have almost 200 videos giving you a step-by-step guide about medical billing and about starting a medical billing business. So if you like this video, please be sure to actually like the video, comment below, that helps with the engagement, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. So let's start with the benefits, because let's be honest, you want to know if this medical billing business thing will benefit you and in which way that will be. So the first benefit is flexibility. Now, unlike a 9-to-5 job where you are stuck in a specific time, 9 to 5, 8 to 4, 10 to 3, whatever your time for your job is, when it comes to having your own medical billing business, you can set your own hours, you can set your own schedule, you can work around your needs and your family needs. So if you have a child who needs to be to school for 8 o'clock and they need to be picked up at 3, then you can actually do that. You don't have to worry about asking your boss if you could go and pick up your child. I mean, it is your child. Who else is going to pick them up? But you don't have to worry about that. You can set your schedule around that. If you decide that you want to do something in the morning, run errands, and you'll work in the afternoon, work until 7, 8 o'clock, you can do that. So flexibility plays a big part with your medical billing business. And even if you do work a full-time job, how I have for plenty of years while running my medical billing business, you still have flexibility with your medical billing business. So I would get questions asking, how can you have a medical billing business and work full time and still be able to run that medical billing business? But I did do it. So during the times like before work, during lunch, after work, on holidays, I would run my medical billing business. I didn't have to be doing my business at a specific time. I can send claims whenever I needed to. I can post payments whenever I needed to. So there was still that flexibility there. Again, unlike a 9-to-5 where most likely you will be punching in and out or you have to be there for a specific time. Then there's the low overhead. So unlike other businesses where you might need a storefront or you might need a lot of employees to start out with your small medical billing business, you don't necessarily need that. You can do that if you want to, but you don't necessarily need that. Now, I did a video talking about how much it costs to start up a medical billing business. And of course, it varies for different people. But for the most part, you can start your medical billing business with less than $500. And that's probably on the high side, especially if you have some of the tools. We already use a lot of technology with our personal lives. So we pretty much have a lot of what we need. There's just a little bit of other things that we may need to purchase or we may need to spend some type of money on in order to start our medical billing business. So as far as overhead is concerned, it is very low. So you can start this medical billing business even if you don't have a whole lot of money to start it up with. Then there's the income potential. So once you've landed your first client, which sometimes can be the hardest part of all of this, but once you've landed your first client, then you get to see how you can create steady income. Because for the most part, you will have that client at least for a couple months, a few months, 6 months to a year, if that's the contract that you have signed with them. So you don't necessarily have to worry about trying to find another client to fill the next month. So if you start to work for a provider in January, you don't necessarily have to worry that that provider is going to be leaving you in February, unless you did something or they did something and you guys just can't work together. But for the most part, you will have recurring income. And you can see how if you add on additional clients, how you can then scale your business and create more and more income. So your income potential can be as small or as big as you would like it. And your professional independence is a big one. So if you're somebody like me who have been creating systems, who have been working in the healthcare field for a while, who feel like you know how to manage your providers and get things done. But you've always been under the management of the practice that you've worked for or the company that you work for, and you know that you can actually make a difference with the providers. You can actually, do things that will help benefit them. Then starting a medical billing business is great for you because you'll be able to use your knowledge and your skills in order to do things the way you want to, set policies the way you want to, create systems the way you want to, so that you can make sure that you help your providers and work with providers that you actually want to work with. So if flexibility, financial growth, and independence are some of the things that you want, then this business checks off that box. So don't forget to take my free quiz. The link is in the description box below, and it helps you decide if a career in medical billing in general is right for you, because you don't want to start a medical billing business if you don't even like medical billing, or medical billing is not a career that you want to be in. So be sure to take that free quiz. Now let's talk about what it actually takes for you to succeed as a medical billing business owner. The first skill is attention to detail. I say this all the time. You need to be able to pay attention to detail as a medical biller. Medical billing is about accuracy. And if you make errors, not that you can't fix them, but it delays payment. And what we do as medical billers, we make sure we get paid accurately, and we get paid on time. So we don't want to make too many errors when it comes to medical billing. Then you want to be able to understand the revenue cycle and the billing processes. Now, you don't have to be a certified medical biller to do this, but you do really need to know how claims move from submission to payment, and if they don't get paid, how to get them paid. So understanding the process of the revenue cycle, where you get information from, front desk, the doctors, coding, all of that plays a big role when you have a medical billing business. So even though you may not be doing those things, you do need to know how they affect what you do, because everything we do as a medical biller, someone else is feeding us that information, and the way they do that and the information that they give us affect how we bill. Now, communication skills is the top one. I'm not even sure why I didn't put that as number one, but being able to communicate is definitely key. Now, you'll be communicating with the providers, with staff, with patients, with insurance carriers. You will be communicating with lots of people. So making sure that you can communicate well will keep everything running smoothly. And your organization and time management skills need to be top tier. Now, this might not be something that you already know how to do, but you need to learn how to do it. I did do a video about time management, I believe, so I will link that above. But you need to be able to balance all the clients that you have, the deadlines, the reoccurring duties that you need to do on a weekly, daily, monthly, yearly basis. All of these things require organization and time management. So when you let things fall in the cracks and you don't continue to do them, then that's when you get behind and you don't get your provider paid. Now, just to name a few tools that you may need is a reliable computer for sure, especially if you're doing this from home. Think of that as your business partner. You and your computer need to work hand in hand. Then you need secure, high-speed internet. You may already have internet in your home, but it might not be sufficient enough. It might not be fast enough, but you need to make sure that it is secure and it is high speed, because you don't want that your internet is slow, you keep getting bumped out, and that is affecting your job and how you're working and getting out your claims. A professional email is also important because you'll be communicating back and forth with your providers, of which you need to make sure that that is secure as well, and that it is a professional email, not necessarily a Gmail or a Yahoo or any of those, but more of a domain name of your business, so you can make sure you have some form of credibility and they know that you are in fact a real business. And if you've noticed, I've continued to say secure email, secure internet, secure. And I say that because making sure that this information, whether you are working out of the provider's system, you have your own system, you're keeping files in your home, making sure that everything is secure is very important. Now, I'm sure you've heard of HIPAA and you've heard of PHI, which is protected health information. And these two things are what we do as medical billers. We keep our information secure, and we use things like a VPN, antiviruses, all of those things that will help us keep our patient data safe and that we don't have any breaches. Now, those are some of the tools that you will need to run your medical billing business. But with a mix of those skills and those tools, you not only will look confident, but you will feel confident to run your medical billing business the right way. Now, I do have another free item, and that's my free medical billing business checklist that gives you a 12-step guide on how to start and launch your medical billing business. The link for that will be in the description box, so be sure to download it. Now, let's tackle that big question that you have been wondering from the beginning. Is a medical billing business right for your work at home goals? Now, here are just a few questions to ask yourself. Do I want flexibility without giving up stability? Am I someone who likes solving problems and working with details? Do I feel motivated to build something of my own, even if it means putting in the effort up front before it fully pays off? Do I enjoy the idea of being a behind-the-scenes partner in healthcare, helping providers get paid so that they can keep serving patients? If most of those answers are yes, then a medical billing business can be a perfect fit for your work at home goals. But if you prefer hands-on work, you don't really like sitting in front of a computer all day long, and you don't really feel comfortable with the responsibility of details, then this might not be the right path for you. And that's okay, because the key to choosing a work at home career is choosing one that aligns with your lifestyle and with your goals. So now that you've learned the benefits of starting a medical billing business from home, the skills and the tools that you will need, you might be wondering, what are some services that I can offer to my clients, to my providers? Well, check out this video right here where I'll tell you the beginner services that you can offer to your medical billing clients. I'll see you in my next one.